Antonblast is a puzzle platformer released in late 2024, centered around the adventure of our two protagonists, Dynamite Anton and Dynamite Annie, as they steal back their spirits and banish Satan from their local casino, Brulo's. Today, I will be going over how to smash, grab, and make a break for it, for those who know how to play games but might not know Antonblast, or platformers in general. This is also for those who finished watching my previous video on the Antonblast Beginner's Guide and want to know a bit more about the game that will be covered in this video. Without further ado, this is the Antonblast Intermediate Guide. First, no game is complete without the controls, so let's go over them quick. I personally recommend using an Xbox controller for this game, but any controller will do. For consistency's sake, this video will only focus on Xbox controls. First will be our left stick and D-pad, allowing us to move around on the ground, in water, up and down ladders, and into doors if you push up. Then for the buttons, you've got A to jump, X to attack. On the ground, these attacks will send you forward a bit. In the air will cause your character to spin, doing what's called a corkscrew crush, bouncing off the ground higher than a normal jump. Pressing Y opens up the HUD. Start button will be used to open the menu. B button will have two functions similar to how X does, on the ground causing you to slide, and in the air causing you to do a ground pound. This move will also be used to enter dumpsters, similar to how you enter pipes in Mario. Then there's LT, which makes you scream, is what I was going to say. Though this move may seem like a gag, it's actually able to assist in crowd control against some enemies, since a hidden passive effect is that any non-aggro enemies will be pushed away from Anton or Annie screaming, coming in handy for boss fights where the minions try to clog up your stage. Now that we know how to control our characters, let's break down some stuff on screen during an average level. On the top left, you've got your character health, which can be restored either by breaking a heartbeat crate, hitting a slot machine and timing it right, or simply by completing/exiting a level. The top right is your chip count. Since this game is centered around Brulo's Casino, these chips are what you'll be exchanging in order to grab power-ups, usually which will only last for one level. But they can also be used to buy spray cans, which are the outfits for this game, and soundtracks to listen to. When you enter a new room, you'll also notice in the bottom left the level name, most of these being references to other games or just gags that are self-aware, but some of them can be a little funny. Here we have the icon of the hour, the clutch boost meter, located in the bottom right of your screen every time you perform an attack. This meter is your primary method of gaining speed in the game, second only to a technique I'll go over in a second. Whenever you attack, the meter will start to fill for a little bit. Once it reaches full, you will lose a lot of your speed and be outside of a clutch boost. To prevent it from happening, all you have to do is attack again after the bars reach the black line, but before you lose the entire boost. In practice, it looks a little something like this. The number you see next to the bar tells you how far into the boost chain you are, increasing your base speed until it caps out at a certain point. Note that if your clutch boost is performed the second that you hit an enemy, or maybe a medium breakable, aka a colorful block, a slingshot will be performed, giving you a temporary speed boost. The last part of the HUD to note is the bottom middle, which shows you the collectibles you've gotten for this level. Each level will have one spray can, one cassette tape, one spirit, a form of alcohol that flies behind you, and one trash collectible. Pretty much everything but the spirit is used for completionist playthroughs as well as achievements, but if you ever find yourself a little far from the paper path, you at least know there's a little extra chips or even a shiny new skin to use later waiting for you. So, we know how to move, we know what we're looking at, let's go into the speed round to introduce some mechanics exclusive to Antonblast. These arrow blocks you see here on the ground are used to jump between foreground and background elements, similar to how it would be done in, say, Kirby Triple Deluxe. Checkpoints in this game are detailed through this block right here and must be broken in order to be utilized. Wooden crates and shipping containers are objects your hammer can break right through without any resistance. Colorful bricks will provide resistance but still can be broken with a hammer sling. 1-ton blocks need a transformation or a great height to break through in a ground app similar to the safes in Pizza Tower. The card suit blocks can only be broken by hitting the switch with that suit on them. Dice blocks can be turned on and off by hitting the dice of their color. Most enemies can be hit with your hammer, slid under, or hit from above either by using the ground pound or the corkscrew crush. Few exceptions are invincible enemies, or enemies that might require a reaction in order to attack. As mentioned, there are a few transformations in the game, such as riding a swordfish, wearing firework as a rocket, or even just being inside of a pinball. All of them give you the ability to break 1-ton blocks one way or another. The general controls for these transformations are using A to jump and X to boost, with the form automatically ending once you reach a certain point. Knowing about all these different mechanics, the question comes, how do you beat a level of Antonblast? Well, whenever you enter a level, you'll notice the door you come in from locks, again similar to Pizza Tower. By exploring through the level and collecting the spirit of the level, you'll find yourself at a timer with a switch known as the Spirit Timer. Once hit, it activates an escape sequence called Happy Hour, forcing you to backtrack through the level, going as far as replacing some of the platforms with Burlo bricks that cannot be broken. Taking your spirit to go, you must reach the starting door before the timer runs out in order to beat any level. Any collectibles you gain through the level will save once beaten, meaning you don't have to grab them again if you return for another run-through. Levels aren't the only obstacle, however, since there are also many mini-bosses in the form of the Busters, as well as major bosses, some of which flip the game entirely on its head. Without spoiling too much, just keep in mind that a flashing enemy is a vulnerable enemy. Don't hold back from giving them a good beatdown when they're open, or maybe even using the environment around them to your advantage. With this information, I wish you all luck on your adventure. Thank you all for watching. Please leave any questions you have down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day, evening, or night. Thank you.